Welcome back, and to shed light on the most important points which were mentioned in the speech of the President marking the Martyrs' Day, we are very much delighted to have with us via phone His Excellency Ambassador Medhat Meligi, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Thank you very much for being with us, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Sir, let's start immediately with saying that the importance of celebrating Martyrs' Day is indicating that Egypt will never forget the sacrifices of our martyrs all over the years, throughout our history. And it's time to say to the younger generations that they should take into account that without those sacrifices, we will not be able to live in peace, in stability, and to enjoy our lives. If you please, I'd like you to elaborate on that.
Well, first of all, I mean, this is a country that has always been known for not forgetting those who served this country with all their hearts, with all their bodies, with all their souls. And this is one of those glory days of remembrance to those who left us while defending us. I here have to salute those brave people from the army, from the police forces, and from anywhere else they presented their soul to defend us and become a symbol of our love to this country and this nation. It is not a strange thing that President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, we always remember that he, ever since took power in 2013, and he was very keen on remembering anybody who served this country, anybody who presented his soul to the country. We have to remember them, we have to honor and gratify their families, we have to tell them that this did not go in vain, and that we, the living, the one who own our freedom, own our liberty, own our independence, and own so many big values, we owe it to them, and we remember them, and we did not just forget them. This is what civilized nations and civilizations do to their martyrs, and that's why today was a very important day to celebrate those people.
And to consider them as role models in different fields, in different domains. If we are now facing difficulties, and the President was keen to say that, okay, we are facing many difficult circumstances, many different crises, and those crises are not only in Egypt, faced by Egypt, or those challenges are not only faced by Egypt, but to the whole world. How do you see considering our martyrs as role models, as something to help us and to inspire us with this resilience and will to face any crisis, whatever it is?
Well, as you just mentioned, I think one of the words that the President al-Sisi have used today was the word immortal in our nation's memory.
Yeah.
And I believe this sums it all. This explains everything. They are immortal, which means that they will always be living in our memories. Ever since the dawn of history, if we can say this, and we are a nation known for being the birth of the dawn of history and civilization. So when the President himself calls them immortal, that's something that understand from it. You cannot be mortal and a role model. You have to be immortal to become a role model, as you just mentioned. And I think this honor that the President have recognized today shows that whoever served this country and whoever think of it in a sincere way will be always remembered, whether he's alive or, of course, if he passes on to the next life, and we will follow, but we will always remember them while we are here on this earth, on this journey. We honor our people. We honor the people who gave us what we owe today of all the pleasures of life that we are having thanks to them. Without them, we wouldn't have been doing what we are doing today and doing our job and living in this country. So
This
I
is
think you're definitely right when we remember them in this way.
And among the lessons we should learn from our martyrs, that they were not thinking about themselves. They were not thinking about even their families or their sons and daughters or their parents. No, they were thinking about the whole nation, and they were thinking about the coming generations too. They were working for the sake of the nation today and forever. How do you see this as another important lesson?
Well, here, let me beg to differ with you. I think they remembered their family very well and their children and everybody they have known. And that's why they did what they did. They did what they did because they want for these children and for those loved ones to have a better life. So they presented gladly their life, their soul, in order for those young ones to live even better. So this is the ultimate act of selfishness. That they want to present their souls in order for others, especially the ones that they love the most, to have a better life. We always know that many of those people, the last words they said just before they passed on was to remember their families and to ask us to tell them that they were not cowards, they did not back down, they were just honest, and they preferred to give their life to this country more than just to live a regular, normal life with their children without any dignity.
Yeah.
Those are the people who are giving us the dignity that we are proud to carry today. Because of them, we feel proud to be Egyptians, we feel proud to be have known and studying those martyrs and their heroic stories. And for, as we said, since they are immortals, and for the rest of our lives, we will keep on remembering them. Maybe we made a special day, but besides this day, we remember them every day when we see what we have today.
Proud to be real fighters, proud to be right defenders, proud to be land and nation defenders. This is, I think, the honor which cannot be exceeded. Among the important points which were mentioned today in the President's speech, Mr. Ambassador, that he, of course, we are celebrating the Martyrs' Day on the 9th of March, commemorating the martyrdom of Lieutenant General Abdelmenam Riyad, among his people, among his forces back in 1969 in the attrition war. But those who were also martyred during the 10 years when Egypt were fighting on its own terrorism and extremism, defending the whole world, not only defending itself or even the region against extremism and terrorism, those martyrs are not less important, are not less valuable, are not less dear. On the contrary, they were fighting a war which is, I can call it the war of honor, Egypt's honor and dignity. How do you see this also as part and parcel of the speech today?
Well, I see actually many of them are martyrs projects, as we call them. Some of them got the honor, and some of them are still working to get it, and some of them maybe will not be blessed with this honor. But in all cases, all of them are, as we said before, a role example, the role model of how you can work to achieve your goals. Let's not forget that any act of heroism that we are hearing about, that we are studying, that we are examining today, was not just a one-day act. This was a result of hard work, of patience, of perseverance, self-denial, and lots of work and training and so on in order to prepare themselves for a battle with an enemy that wants and always think of Egypt as a prey that he wants to have. And without these people who are sacrificed and who sacrificed their life already for us, maybe we wouldn't be having our borders the way they are today.
Sure.
Let's not forget that Egypt is a complete
all our
land
strategic
with
directions.
all its borders.
Yeah.
We have a clear-cut borders, not like some other countries who don't want even to define their borders because they want to take more land of others. We only defend. We only stay in solidarity with our people. We are not greedy. We are not looking for other people's possession and land and civilization and history to take it away from them.
Yeah.
No, Egypt does not do that, and their martyrs are the best example to show how dedicated they are and how self-denial their character is.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have seen what we are seeing right now without them, and they repeat this, and I'm proud to say that without them, we wouldn't be where we are today.
Yeah.
It's a long line of those men and women who presented their souls for this country to become, and this nation to become what it is today, having the hope that they will see it the way we want to see it.
Yeah.
But they were just, maybe, if I can say the word, luckier to serve in a better way than what we are doing, and God chose them to become martyrs and to become a role model for all of us.
Ambassador Meligi, also President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi was keen, as he did in all public occasions and in all occasions, to be accurate, to mention the Palestinian cause and to mention the relentless efforts exerted by Egypt for supporting our Palestinian brothers, whether by allowing the humanitarian aid to go or to reach them, and to keep the Rafah border crossing from our side open 24 hours a day, or by our diplomatic efforts and by serious contacts, serious efforts with all the concerned bodies to try to reach a comprehensive, sustainable ceasefire and to end the bloodshed there, and to end the Israeli genocide war in Gaza. How do you see also mentioning the Palestinian cause and considering it as part and parcel of our national security?
Well, although they are not Egyptians, but they are also martyrs according to what we have learned during our life. Who is defending his honor, who is defending his land. If he passes on, if he dies because of this defense, then he is a martyr too. And that's the day of remembrance of the martyrs, and that's why I think President Sisi mentioned them. Of course, Egypt's efforts in this regard to spare their life ever since this war erupted, or this genocide erupted on the 7th of October. And President Sisi did not stop one day from trying to find a peaceful solution and trying to convince Israel, either directly or through third parties and other countries, that this is not in the interest of Israel and not in the interest of humanity. Unfortunately, we are facing a nation that has dedicated all its might and all its power to totally destroy and trying to eliminate the Palestinians from Palestine, their own land, the land that we all know, the whole world know, that their land, according to the international law and legitimacy, is the land on the properties of the 4th of June 1967.
Yeah.
And Egypt's effort in this regard until yesterday, Hamas was here. We are trying to break a deal between them and the Israelis to spare the life of Palestinians. We don't want to see more blood. We don't want to see more martyrs. We want people to prosper on their land. There is always a possibility of having a two-state solution with people living next to the Israelis. The only thing that is preventing us from having this is that Israel wants to have the land and the peace at the same time, which is impossible. This is a total destruction to the Arab peace initiative that we have always thought of as a strategic choice for all of us, which is land for peace. This is the concept that we have always talked about, land for peace. We get our land back and you get the peace. But they want to have both of them together. They want to have the land and the peace.
Let's pray to God
and destroy
Almighty,
the
sir, that
Palestinians.
inshallah the holy month of Ramadan is going to come with peace, prosperity, and stability to the whole region and to the whole world.
Let's all pray for that.
Yes. Mr. Ambassador Medhat al-Meligi, former Assistant Foreign Minister, thank you very much for your input, sir, and have a very good day. Right after the short break,